For a lot of us as healthcare professionals, this is scary, unprecedented times. This is one of those times in life when we have to ask ourselves who we truly are.
I was struck by something that an epidemiologist named Emily Landon said. She said, "The healthy and the optimists among us will doom the vulnerable." And that got me thinking about the virtues and how we can use the virtues to guide our responses to this pandemic. And this quote in particular makes me think of the virtue of temperance. So temperance is avoiding immediate pleasures in order to achieve a larger good, a good that is remote or difficult. And social distancing is a good example of the virtue of temperance, because it requires us to, in a very significant way, to moderate our habits and our desires. The disconnection from one another physically is something that is uncomfortable, but needs to be accomplished in order to maximize the chance that we don't interfere with the best possible outcome, which is to minimize the spread of the virus.
We also have a responsibility toward others who are not just going to suffer the health consequences, but also the financial consequences. I was talking to my jiu-jitsu coach, and there are several such small businesses that are in peril. As a physician, I have job security much more than most other people. And I feel that it's my personal responsibility to continue these memberships, even though I'm not going to go and train anymore for some time, but I'm not going to cancel my membership. It may be maybe $100 for us, but for them, that is food on their table for them.
And that's, I think, a form of justice. Because justice, which is another virtue, is when we order our lives to the good of everybody else.
If we don't do our duty, understand our responsibility, then who will? For all the things that I've written down in my personal statement, whenever I was asked to produce one, this was the kind of crisis that I was talking about. To help others, to put others before me. This is my time to deal with this crisis and stay true to my word. So we have a moral responsibility to support the vulnerable. We have a fiscal responsibility to support small businesses. We have a civic responsibility. We need to follow the rules. We need to self-quarantine. We need social distancing. We should prepare for the worst case scenario. It's not wrong to hope for the best case scenario.
I think courage is the most obvious virtue that we must embrace in the face of this pandemic. Courage is taking risk and suffering hardship for the sake of a greater good. Very likely, we will be asked to perform our duties, but also to act above and beyond our normal duties, and at increased risk to ourselves and, frankly, to our families.
This is a time for courage. And courage versus rash decisions means we have to use wisdom. Courage is action in the presence of wisdom, guided by wisdom. Both Eddie and me wanted to take our time to really thank those who are at the front lines of this. But as we all know, they are the ones who are putting themselves at risk. Some of us form the second line. We need to be ready. Elbow bump till we can high five. Thank you for all you do.